toll on everyone. They say time is merciless. It won't wait for us to change.
Yellow. Hey, welcome back to another cleaning video. I'm giving you a close-up of the window frame. You can see that there are just so many white spots left here. At this point, I don't even know if this is the white paint coming through or just a part of the wood, because we really did sand this down pretty much to the bone, to the bone of the wood. So I'm going to go in with another layer of the walnut. I went back and forth. I thought about going to get some black stain and kind of mixing it with this walnut to see how that would look. But I really do, I don't want it to be black. I really do have I want it to be walnut basically. So I decided to use a brush this time. I'm going to go in with another layer and I'm really applying this kind of thick. And I know usually with stain, you're supposed to apply it with a rag and then wipe off the excess. What I'm doing here is just, I'm kind of putting on a thick layer and I'm going to let this sit. I did that the last layer with the rag, and the benefits of having the sun hit this window is really good because it does really help the stain seep in like the sun, and it helps it dry a lot quicker. So I'm going to try this. I don't know if I'm going to do another layer. I don't hate the distress look, but I don't want it to be I'd rather the distress be a little bit more faint than how heavy it's looking now. So I hope you're doing well. Happy Friday. We have made it another week. I hope that you are taking care of yourself. I've got some good cleaning motivation lined up in today's video, so let's go ahead and jump into it.
I'm stressing out. I can't figure out what to say. Oh, time. Just give us time. Time. Looking back on pictures and I find it hard to see you and myself in places where we used to be. Oh, time. We got older, babe, and I wanna stay with you. Don't got time for games. Now what you wanna do? Tell me now if you will go with me all the way. Every night, every day, promise we'll never change. Are you gonna love me?
Liking how the brush is really getting in between the wood grain. So I think that is one benefit of using the brush versus the rag. I think I might do, after doing this and looking back, I might do one more coat. I know this is taking forever, but I really did not want to rush this process. I still need to, on this side here, I need to go back and paint over the green right in this corner. I don't know if you can see on the screen, there are some stains that kind of got on to the green from sanding and everything, and I still need to go back and definitely paint the inside white. I knew after staining this that it was going to be a mess, like staining and sanding. The white did lift off of the actual, like the inside of the frame, and then on the bottom of the, well, the bottom of, I was going to say the bottom of the frame, but the bottom portion of the window where the actual window is, like the window frame, I need to paint that white as well because the stain did get all over it. And on the actual tile, like the shower tile and the bathroom tile, there are a couple of stains. I think alcohol will work. So I'm going to use some alcohol to get everything lifted up. But I mean, obviously I knew that this was going to take several layers. So what's the point in me painting it white and then going back and painting it white and back and forth and back and forth. So I wanted to wait until I got all of the walnut stain on here and I was satisfied with the way that the wood looked. And then I need to go back and paint everything, pretty much the inside of, the window frame. But you can see here the difference on the sides versus the bottom. So, I mean, it is getting darker, but it is taking forever. So that is one thing, I guess that's good. I mean, it is taking a long time, but the layers and layers that I'm kind of piling on here, it seems like it is working. So I'm going to continue doing this. Like I said, hopefully I want to see how this dries and I only have to do one more layer. But if I have to do a couple more, then I have to do a couple more. It's just, that's just a part of doing some, DIY projects and really getting the look that you are going after.
Love me with my flaws and all. Will for games. Now what you wanna do? Tell me now if you will go with me all the way. Every night, every day, promise we'll never change. Tell me now if you will go with me all the way.
Can't even tell you how many times I have wiped out the tub and the shower and the countertops from sanding and doing the staining and everything else. But I really wanted to get this nice and deep scrubbed because it needed it. So we're going to do that. I started off with the tub because I was right here. I sprayed it down with some Dawn dish spray. I love this stuff. It's just so convenient and works really well in my opinion. I always use different, I do have my staples of chemicals that I keep, but sometimes I use, different things in the bathtub or the shower. I really like using the Dawn dish spray, and I also like using Barkeeper's Friend. That works on so many different things and tough stains and everything. And there were a couple of stains from the walnut stain that were on here. I will go back and lift all of that up once I'm absolutely done with the staining. But for now, I just really wanted to get this nice, just a good deep scrub, just everything, the entire bathroom, the countertops I did, the sinks, the shower, the toilet. I washed all the rugs, just getting this space nice and deep cleaned. It just felt so good to get this done, and it definitely needed it.
Hey, every night, every day, promise we'll never change. So are you gonna love me? Love me with my flaws and all. Will we be enough, baby? Promise me we'll never fall. Promise now you gonna love me. Love me with my flaws and all. Will we be enough, baby? Promise me we'll never fall, never fall. Promise me, promise.
So I read this thing on, it was an article that I was reading, and I think it was in China or Japan. I'm pretty sure it was China. I'm going to put a screenshot here, but it is an AI robot that is capable of giving birth or, like of giving birth, and is supposed to help like with infertility families that can't give birth. And I'm just like, how is it, like, how is that possible? Like, this world is just changing so much. I honestly feel like we are in just crazy, scary times where we have to worry about just so much stuff that is happening. And whether or not, I'm not a person that discusses, I don't care about politics. Like, I really don't. I feel like every conversation nowadays is so, everybody just relates it to politics. Oh, well, because, you think this way, you're going to believe this, or you're a righty, you're a lefty because of this and that. And, everybody has their own opinions and morals and values and what they believe in. And I honestly don't feel like people should be pushed or coerced or whatever into believing something. Like, I feel like all opinions should be validated and heard without judgment. Honestly, that really is how I feel. I really hate that. I don't know. I just hate that stuff in general. And that goes with religion too. Like, there's some people that just have such strong, really strong opinions on things, which, I feel like in order to make good judgments with just in general, you know what I mean? Just in general about things, all opinions should be heard. That's just my honest opinion. And it's just scary. Like everything that we have to worry about nowadays, like hubby and I were actually just talking about this in Florida. I don't know if you saw, but DeSantis is calling to, I don't know if it's already been implemented or not, but to remove all vaccines for children. And that is just like in schools and in general. And I was just filtering through. I love reading people's comments. Like I've always been a person that is, I don't want to say a mediator, but I like to hear both sides of everything, like of all opinions and things like that, because I think that it is, I think it's valuable. I think it gives good perspective and it's valuable and it kind of changes the way that you think as well, when all opinions are validated. But I also feel like, you know, it's just, there's just so much judgment and the world we live in is just scary, y'all. Like whether or not you believe in vaccines or not, I feel like you should raise your children the way that you want to, you know, it's your kid, whatever, that doesn't have anything to do with me. But it's just so crazy, the world that we're living in and how times have changed and how technology is just ever evolving. And there's just so many things that we have to worry about nowadays. You know, it's just crazy. That's all I have to say. It's crazy. And it's like, it seems like every single day there's a new story that's developing or there's something else that you have to worry about. I saw on the news actually this last week, they were talking about how people are like birth rates are so low right now because I mean, I honestly think it's because of money. Like it's a lot more than that, but there's just so many things that you have to worry about nowadays and money, like people can't even afford to really buy food. Like people are struggling. You know, I saw this thing on TikTok where somebody said that we used to throw eggs at houses and now we can't even afford eggs or houses. And I feel like that should be the poster. Like that is just so true. It just sums everything up in general of, you know, how the world is and how we are living. It's just, I don't know. It's just so crazy in my opinion.
I wish I had the same delusion that I do when I was two and didn't think that I could ruin anything at all. I could never fall. I wish I had that same conviction, convinced I never needed fixing. Yeah, that girl really knew her business. Where did she go? Yeah, she thought she could do anything, thought she could get anywhere. Confident she's number one, and if nothing, everybody's wrong. Used to be calm, now I can't remember how I used to do it. That I was a member of Confidence Club, cause that don't last forever. I wish I saw what she saw, I wish I knew what she knew. I love how she just owned it, but sadly I've outgrown it. I know I'm still that girl, but I don't.
Of course, I got my
know
big helper here. He has been loving lately to wash his cars. Every day when we go outside, he wants to wash his Jeep or his race car. Today, when hubby came home, he took his race car out of the garage and took it out in the front. And so he was washing that with his little bucket and his rag, but he loves those things. He loves mowing the yard too. Like he's got his set of things that he really enjoys doing around the house, which I really, really love. Like I absolutely love it so much.
Like she knew, like she knew, she knew, she knew. Wasn't really ready, no, I had to grow up, but it's so heavy and I'm feeling low. Unlearning all that was wrong for me. And I wish somebody would've should've warned it. No, they did, but I kept ignoring. Didn't wanna have to face it, but if I don't know, it's gonna break me, oh. Yeah, she thought she could do anything, thought she could get anywhere. Confident she's number one, and if nothing, everybody's wrong. Used to be calm, now I can't remember how I used to do it. That I was
love that squeegee for the shower. It really, really does help with the soap scum and the stains on the glass. I really, really recommend it if you do have a glass shower. So I shook all the rugs out and I'm gonna get the floor nice and swept and I'm gonna wash all these rugs. I took all the towels and rags already down from from the towel racks and everything. I'm going to get new towels and hand towels and everything else, get those, just nice and new ones. The floor was pretty gross, but we are getting it done. So this just felt so good, like I said, to get done. I do need to redo this countertop, the white countertop. Some of the stripper from me stripping the paint on the window frame definitely lifted up some of the white paint on the countertop, which honestly I'm not too mad about, because I love to change stuff up. Like, if you're new here, I absolutely love it. I love home, like just doing little projects in my home that are cost effective and don't take too much money to do. I mean, yes, I would eventually love to get so many things done that require like demo and all those things. But in the meantime, I do what I can with the space that I have, with the resources that I have, the tools that I have, and, try not to spend too much money. But I am going to be redoing that countertop. I'm not sure when. I do have a couple of ideas of what I would like to do. So stripping it really is going to be the main thing. Like, I did paint over, I tried removing a lot of the epoxy because I did something to the countertop, like I painted it and then I sealed it with epoxy, which I will not do again. Epoxy turns yellow after a while, like after not that long, honestly. I don't know what the heck happened here. The scrubber fell off, and I learned that these actually disintegrate in the water, because I took like this this wood stick, and I kind of felt around in here because I didn't want to flush it if it was still there, but there was really nothing in there. So I think those pods do disintegrate. This is the first time that this has happened to me. So I did just end up flushing the toilet. I did feel around there for a good minute and I didn't see it in there. So I think it's going to be okay. But anyway, back to the countertop. I sealed it with some epoxy, which I won't do again because epoxy does yellow, especially in the sun. That was something that I definitely learned in the spare bathroom and in the bathroom here. So if ever I want to seal it with something a little bit glossy, I'll just use some polyurethane. But like I said, I do have a couple of ideas of some things that I want to do for the countertop. So you'll definitely see it when I end up doing that, but it's definitely not going to be today, but hopefully soon. So I just think that's going to be super fun because I love switching things up and I love doing little projects. It just really does make me happy, and it makes your space feel like something new. I think that's what makes me really happy about it, is like when you switch things up, especially with paint or in a new room or something, it just makes it feel like you're in a new space. And if you ever get sick of it, you can always change it back or paint it back. That is the beauty of paint.
Cause that don't last forever. I wish I saw what she saw. I wish I knew what she knew. I love how she just don't know. But sadly I've outgrown it. I know I'm still that girl, but I don't know how to show it. Like she knew. Like she knew. It's like sitting in a boat, wondering if it is going to float. Now that I've packed all my things, is there anything else I should bring? Yeah, all that shit that I can't. When the baggage is heavy, maybe I got reason to worry. Please don't tell me I got reason to worry now.
Get these sinks scrubbed down and the countertop scrubbed down as well. Looking at it here, you can't really see the imperfections in the paint, but trust me, when I'll give you a close-up. I don't know, maybe the next time I clean this or when I do decide to do the countertop project in here. We did go to Home Goods. Was that today? Yeah, I think it was today or yesterday. And every time I go there, I look for mirrors for in here because I do want to get different mirrors. I want to get something that is like an ornate mirror. Is that how you say it? ornate, ornate, I think it is, mirror. Something that probably gold again, because I think it looks really nice against the green and the black cabinets, but something that has like a little bit more of a design and is a little bit more intricate, I guess I can say, versus just these square mirrors. So I always look every time that we go to Home Goods. I didn't see anything. Well, I did, but they were too small. Like I look for ones that will be the perfect size for in here. So hopefully I can find something that will just really make this area kind of pop a little bit more and not just be kind of just so plain. Like these mirrors I got from Walmart, they were black and I spray painted them this silver or this gold color. And I'll definitely use this when I do get new mirrors in here. I'll use these throughout the house somewhere else.
One step forward, two steps backwards, yeah. Immature lover who don't use big words, yeah. I don't need convincing at all because I know what I want. Baby, can't you figure it out? What's going on in your heart? What's it gonna take for you to love, take for you to love me? Gonna take for you to show, take for you to show feels, yeah. I've been trying to take it slow, but my patience low. Think it's time you let me know. What's it gonna take for you to love, take for you to love me, yeah. Still getting nowhere, yeah. If winter blows here, baby,
I'm going to try and get some of this clutter that is in this little basket here removed. I really do try to, I've said this so many times, but I like more of a minimal look, especially in certain areas. And I just don't want there to be a bunch of clutter. It's so many things to clean and just keep for no reason. And I just really try to just have a more, like I said, minimal look. So I moved a couple of the things that were just in this rack that we really don't use on a daily basis. Some things in the medicine cabinet. I was going to say medicine cabinet, and then some underneath the sink. And I'm going to go through my side of the sink and just try to remove some things underneath here as well. I do think once I get the countertops redone and maybe get some new mirrors in here, I think a cute little matching like soap set would be cute with the middle rack, something maybe different. I spray painted this one that we currently have black, and I got the soap holders from the Dollar Tree. They're like the $3 Dollar Tree pumps, which actually work pretty well. But I just think something a little bit, cuter to match with the bathroom ensemble would be a little bit better. So I'll definitely maybe do that. So I was going through these couple of baskets here. I do this just while I'm cleaning. I like to clean and declutter and purge at the same time. So any products that I really don't use, I got rid of. When you declutter, like it's an ever-ending process. Like it's never just going to be you declutter once and then it's not going to happen again. Like you're always revisiting the same areas because unless you have like a strict no-buy policy, which I know that there's some people that do that, I think is awesome. I think it's a great way to save money, and it's a great way to not bring a bunch of clutter in your home. But it's just, that's not me. Like I really do try to be mindful of the things that I buy and the things that I purchase. And that also includes your hygiene stuff. Like if I'm not going to use it, I know that I'm not going to use it. I'm not going to buy it. But you can always revisit those areas, and something that you thought that you were going to keep or going to use, and you're like, you know what, I haven't actually used this in the last month or two, I'm going to toss it. That's the way that I think. So I did end up tossing away a couple of things, which a little bit goes a long way, especially when you do a little bit at a time. And so the underneath the sink looks a little bit better, and it looks a little bit less cluttered. So I got the outside of the glass nice and cleaned. I'm gonna vacuum in here just one more time, even though I swept, because I felt a couple things on my feet before I...
Do you even want me? Do you even worry that I'm gonna love somebody else? Do you think about me when you're feeling lonely by yourself? What's it gonna take for you to love, take for you to love me? What's it gonna take for you to show, take for you to show feels, yeah. I've been trying to take it slow, but my patience low. Think it's time you let me know. What's it gonna take for you to love, take for you to love me, yeah. Backwards, yeah. Time's out, run out to use those big words, yeah. I don't need convincing at all because I know what I want. Baby, dig deep, it's time to make a move on my heart. What's it gonna take for you to love, take for you to love me? What's it gonna take for you to show, take for you to show feet?
Bathroom is done. This took me quite a bit of time, quite a few hours in the morning, because obviously I was doing other things as well, making sure little man was good and everything else, and waiting for the rugs to wash. But it is done, and it just felt so good to get this done, and it smells amazing in here. Now we are in the front room. These marks, they were all over the hardwood, y'all. And I mean, this is my fault. I was letting little man ride his bike in here. He was practicing and he liked to ride it in here just to give him some good practice before we would take it out. And he would ride it outside, but I'm not gonna allow that anymore. Hubby already hung it up in the garage, so when he wants to ride his bike again, we'll take it out and take it outside, because this is going to be the last time I do this. These marks are, so I'm using alcohol wipes. Is this the best for your hardwood? No, because it does kind of leave like I don't want to say like a stain, because eventually it will come up, but it does kind of leave a mark on the hardwood. But it works so well. Like, it really does. I tried using, I know some people say for your hardwood, you should use like a tennis ball or some dryer sheets. That really does take a long time for it to come out, for these to lift up. I tried using a dryer sheet and I'm like, I'm not, like, it was actually hurting my hand. And this was hurting my hand after doing this for a couple of times. I only showed you this little portion that I was doing. I did it all throughout the front room because there were several marks. And also, I also looked for anything that was kind of just, that had marks on here just in general. I lifted those up as well before I got everything vacuumed up and mopped. But if you're going to do this, I mean, just know that on your hardwood, it will leave a little mark. In my opinion, it does fade away eventually. And we would like to get these hardwood floors refinished. So it's not the biggest of deals for me, but it did work really well. So I took all the plants off of the cabinet here, well, the plants that really needed a good drink, and I'm going to bottom water these. I left these in here overnight actually, and this just worked really well. I love bottom watering because it really helps with plant pests. Like, it manages them a lot better than top watering.
I've been trying to take it slow, but my patience low. Think it's time you let me know. What's it gonna take for you to love, take for you to love me?
biggest today for the front room, aka the plant room, was the floors. Everything else was pretty much wiped off. I already wiped off like the bench here and the table and the other console table that has some more plants. And I really just wanted to focus on the floors here. Like I wanted to get this nice and vacuumed up, get all of Rex's hairs up. And I did actually vacuum this rug a couple of days ago. I went over it again a little bit here, but that was my main focus. I really wanted to get the hardwood floors nice and deep clean, just get a good mop in here, especially after I got all of those scuff marks off of the floor.
All our tires. Looking so surprised, don't deny us. She telling me she want to be my lover, yeah. I love it when she want to be my lover, yeah. My little baby go rise on me. My little baby go ride on me. Maria, 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 ah. Every time you're looking out for me. Every time you're looking out for me. Love you, ah, yeah, love. Everything go from Maria, yeah, yeah. Sensibility, ah, yeah, yeah. Pretty girl like a Maria, Maria, yeah, yeah. Every time we meet some, every time be like, oh, Maria, Maria. Every time you look up for me, come on, look up for me. Every time you look up for me.
Something else that I really want to get is I want to replace the light fixtures in this room. The one that is above the door here is just so tiny. Like it's so tiny. So I want to replace that with something a lot a bit larger, as well as I want to get something different for the other light that's here that's kind of above the chairs. I have a couple things saved in my OfferUp profile. I'm hoping that the prices go down, but I have this one save that is just like so beautiful. It is huge and I think will look really nice in here. But yeah, some different light fixtures would definitely be ideal. I don't know what your style changes. Your style just changes. And when I bought the light fixtures that are currently in here, we actually spent a lot of money on them. Like back in the day, we bought them several years ago. Like within the first year, I want to say that we bought the house, but I didn't realize how tiny it was. Just like how small your light fixtures really do make your space and your lighting. Like those are two important things when it comes to interior design. And I didn't really know much about that back then. And so now that I know, and now that I look at the space and I look how tiny the light fixture is compared to the space that I have, I'm like, yeah, this is way too small. So that's definitely something that I would love to do, is replace the light fixtures with something a lot bigger.
Every time you look up for me, she no island girl, she from Kilimanjaro, Kiliman, oh. No, she no island girl, oh. She from Kilimanjaro, Kilimanjaro. My little baby go rise on me, my little baby go rise on me. Maria, 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 ah. Every time you're looking out for me, every time you're looking out for me. Love you, ah, yeah, ah. Everything go from Maria, yeah. Sensibility, ah, yeah. Pretty girl like a Maria, Maria, yeah. Every time we meet some, every time be like, oh, Maria, Maria, ah. Now you want to spend more time with me, ah. Do you want to be my wife, baby? I just want you in my life, baby. I like you.
nice and cleaned. Thank you so much for being here. I hope that this video brought you a ton of cleaning motivation. If you're new here, hey, I hope that you consider subscribing for all things cleaning content. And if you are a returning viewer, thank you. Thank you so much for being here, and I will definitely see you on the next one. Bye.